Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's video from the swimming teacher. In this video, you will learn how to swim. If you've never been in the water before, this video will take you from a total beginner to a person who feels safe and comfortable in the water. When learning to swim, it is best to not go alone. Rather go with someone who is confident in the water themselves so that they can help you if you get into any difficulty or if you start to swim into the deep end. So let's dive right into this week's lesson. Step number 1 is floating. In order to be able to float, you must first fill your lungs with air. So, in the shallow end of the water, take a deep breath and curl yourself into a ball holding onto your legs. As long as you are holding your breath, your body will naturally float to the surface of the pool. So as you can see, as I'm doing here, I'm taking a deep breath, holding my legs, and I am floating up to the surface of the water. Each time you repeat this exercise, you will feel more and more comfortable at holding your face in the water and will soon be able to relax into the floating position. I would recommend holding this position for at least 5 to 10 seconds. Remember, at any time you may feel nervous, you can always just stand up. Once you've mastered the floating in a ball position, it is time to move on to the stretched out floating position. So, in order to achieve this position, you first take a deep breath, curl yourself up into a ball, then release your arms and your legs into a straight floating position. Repeat this exercise a few times until again you feel absolutely comfortable going from a ball into a stretched out floating position. The next step of swimming is learning how to kick. The kick that we're going to be doing is known as breaststroke. I would recommend doing this on the wall so that you're able to see your legs clearly in the swimming pool. The main points to remember here is that you're going to be bending your legs, kicking them open before bringing them into a straight closed leg position. I like to use the phrases bend, open, and close. Once you feel like you have mastered this, then you can do the same leg position holding on to the wall. Remember, you can start with your face above the water. You bring your legs into the bent position, kick them out before closing them. Try not to rush this movement, making sure each time you bend, open, and close. It will take some practice in order to have this movement feel natural. Once you feel comfortable doing this on the wall, try to then let go and go from your ball position to your stretched out floating position, then again kicking out your legs to see if you are being propelled forward. Practice this in the shallow end a few times before you move on to the next exercise. You want to be able to try this with your head in the swimming pool, so remember to take a really deep breath to fill your lungs so that you'll float, bend, open, and close your legs, and see how many times you are able to do this and move yourself forward. Next step is to start moving your arms. The movement here is also circular, and you start with your arms together in front of you before pushing them out to the side, making circles, and then returning them to the forward position. Notice how I turn my palms out when pushing the water before turning my palms in to return them to the forward position. You can practice this movement while standing in the shallow end with your head above the water. If this feels too easy, you can then put your face in the water and start to walk forward, moving your arms in the circular motion. Try to lift your legs off the floor to see if your arms are propelling you forward with each stroke. You can then try the full sequence, starting from your ball position, attempt to float, stretch out, and finally start moving your arms to see if you are being propelled forward. Hold your breath and see how many arms you can do before you need to stand up. Always remember, at any point if you feel nervous or if you would like to start again, simply put your feet on the floor, release the air in your lungs, take a deep breath, and then start again. If you feel as though this is all coming together nicely, it's time to have a go at attempting the full stroke. Starting with your head above the water, take a deep breath, lift your legs off the floor, and try to swim using your arms and your legs. The stroke should be performed with arms first and then your legs. So remember, circle your arms, bend, open, close your legs. Try to breathe normally as you swim from one end to the other. Repeat this a few times, and when you feel confident and comfortable with the full stroke, take a deep breath and try to swim with your head in the water. Practice around the shallow end of the pool a few times before moving into deeper water. Keep attempting the full sequence, doing your ball, stretching your body out, and then attempting the full breaststroke of circling your arms, bending, opening, and close your legs. If you would like to progress further with your swimming, you will need to master the art of breathing. I will be covering this in further detail in a future video. If you like videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you would like to be notified as soon as a new video is released, then click on the notification bell. And remember, if you have any comments or any suggestions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. I'll see you next week. Happy swimming!